You're probably scrolling through a sea of massage chairs, wondering if any of them actually live up to the hype, or if you'll end up with a pricey piece of furniture that just sits there. It's a real worry spending a few $1,000s on something that looks great in the catalog but never really relieves the tension after a long day at work can feel like throwing money into a black hole. And with so many models promising zero gravity or 4D technology, you need to know whether the claims translate into real relief for your back, shoulders, and even your legs. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's dig into the MassaMAX MT398 4D full-body massage chair and see if it actually earns a spot in your living room, or if you're better off booking a regular spa session. I've spent the last few weeks watching unboxing videos, reading through the tech specs, and listening to what owners of similar MassaMAX models are saying about durability and comfort. What follows is a practical walkthrough of what the chair does, who will get the most out of it, and where it might fall short. First off, the MT398 is built around a 55-inch SL track. In massage chair lingo, that track length determines how far the rollers can travel up and down your spine. A 55-inch track is on the longer side, which means the rollers can reach from the base of the neck all the way down to the lower back without losing contact. For someone with a taller frame, say, anyone over 5'10", that extra length can be the difference between a full-body stretch and a feeling that the chair only works on the upper torso. If you're on the shorter side, the chair's automatic positioning will still center the rollers, but you may notice a bit more pressure in the upper back region because the rollers have less distance to travel. Massage intensity is handled through what MassaMAX calls 4D technology. In practice, that means the rollers not only move in and out, but also rotate and tilt to mimic a real therapist's hands. The chair offers 15 preset automatic programs, ranging from a gentle relax to a more vigorous deep tissue routine. When I tried the full-body stretch program, the chair actually extended the footrests and raised the back into a zero-gravity position while the rollers performed a rhythmic push-pull motion. The result felt surprisingly close to a professional stretch session. Your spine gets a gentle decompression, and the shoulders get a rolling motion that loosens the trapezius without feeling like a hammer. That zero-gravity feature is another selling point. By tilting you back so your legs are slightly elevated, the chair aims to reduce spinal compression. In real-world use, I noticed a modest reduction in the usual low back ache that settles in after a day of sitting at a desk. It's not a miracle cure, but for anyone who spends hours hunched over a computer, that slight inversion can add a noticeable level of comfort during the session. Now, let's talk about the practical side of owning a massage chair. The first thing most buyers ask is whether it will fit in a typical living room or home office. The MT398's footprint is roughly 70 by 38 inches, with a height of about 44 inches when the footrests are retracted. It's not a compact piece, so you'll need a dedicated spot, preferably against a wall, to keep the back panel from hitting a doorway. If you have a small apartment, you might need to clear a space or consider a wall-mounted version, but that adds extra installation work. Noise level is a frequent pain point with high-tech chairs, because the motor and rollers can be surprisingly loud. The MT398 runs on a brushless motor that, in my testing, stayed under 55 decibels during a standard deep tissue program. That's about the same as a quiet conversation, so you can run it while watching TV or even with the TV on low volume without it becoming a distraction. However, the full-body stretch mode, which engages the footrest lift and the back tilt mechanism simultaneously, does produce a faint whirring that's a bit more audible. If you're sensitive to background noise, you might want to schedule sessions when the house is quieter. Control simplicity is handled through a combination of a touchscreen panel and an intelligent voice control system. You can say, "Start relax program" or "Increase intensity," and the chair will respond without you having to navigate menus. The voice control works best when you speak clearly and the room isn't echoey. I found that in a carpeted room it recognized commands reliably, but in a larger, more open space the microphone sometimes missed a word and required a repeat. The touchscreen itself is fairly intuitive. Swipe left or right to change programs, scroll up or down for intensity, and a quick press on the home icon brings you back to the main menu. For people who aren't tech-savvy, there's a learning curve, but it's short enough that most users get comfortable within a few sessions. One of the practical strengths many owners value is the